What's up, everyone? I'm Cassandra Hein, and I'm here with my good friend and actually first subject that I started documenting out of prison many years ago, Brittany Dodd. Now Brittany Santiago, right?
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Thank you for getting on the phone and for the Zoom call. And just, I wanted to just, talk to you about some things. Our After Orange family haven't heard from us for a long time. And also, we just wanted to kind of know what's going on with you. You have a lot going on. And so take it away.
Oh, man. Where do I begin? Well, I've had 2 more babies since the last time you and I have filmed or got together. And I now have a 1-month-old son and a 15-month-old daughter. And I have full custody of Giovanni, who is now 5. It's a lot. I'm married now, bought my first house, and working hard.
Yeah. So you actually, it's interesting because, when I first met Brittany, just in case to, give people an update or just a background, you were dating my sister in prison.
I was.
And we had, thought about this idea of interviewing people as they were getting out of prison. You were really the first person I had access to. And so that's really when we became friends. I mean, I was documenting you, but we were friends because you were my sister's girlfriend too. So it was kind of an interesting dynamic. And when we met and you got out, I know that first of all, we have probably like 5 or 6 little episodes out of After Orange, but we have so much more footage that we haven't shared yet at all. And so, what was your experience like, first off, with just shooting with me? And then how did that parlay into now you're on a different show called Love After Lockup?
Well, when I first got out of prison, I just, even though I was like nervous to shoot with you and just to be on camera in general, I wanted to share my story. And, recidivism is real. And there are a lot of people that just don't know how not to go back to prison. And I just ultimately felt like if I could just talk and just share my story and just how I've changed even in prison and now being home, that maybe I could save someone's life or maybe I could help somebody. And so that has always been my goal in filming. And unfortunately, I ended up going back to prison, as you know, for an additional 2 years. And I don't even really regret it, honestly. I found myself in ways that I had never been in tune with myself before. And I would not have had that opportunity if I didn't go back to prison. And it was a really good reality check. And, now I've teamed up with a whole new network and I am on reality show, and it's just been a crazy experience.
You were dating Marcelino in prison. And then when you got out, they had cameras on you and started documenting you, like full on network style. So what was that like?
Well, okay. So throughout my second incarceration, I was just so tired of just talking to the other inmates in there and people that didn't want to help themselves. And I was like, man, I just need to connect with people in the real world on the outside. And so that's what made me decide that to post ads on these pen pal websites. And that's how Marcelino and I started corresponding. And, we dated him while I was in prison for almost a whole year. And then he saw the first season of the show and they were casting for more people a month before I was released from prison. And so they were literally, when I got out of prison, they were right there at parole and probation, cameras rolling. And I felt like I was so overwhelmed in that moment because I wanted to get my prison clothes off and I just needed time to decompress, but they did not even give me a second of that. It was outrageous. It was outrageous.
Do you feel like that that type of documenting had an effect on your relationship? And if so, how?
It put my relationship on a fast track for sure. And it just, I don't know, it just fast tracked a lot of the things that we had going on in our life. Like with our wedding, we planned that pretty quickly. And just with the kids that we've had and just moving, it just fast tracked everything. You know, people sometimes like spend years building on their relationships before they even consider having a child or marriage. And, you know, I haven't even been out of prison for 2 years. And we have already bought a house. We're married. We have 3 children. And so it definitely has fast tracked our life.
Yeah. And how do you feel you're different from this last time getting out? Because I know that the time before that I was documenting you and that was different for you, but then that, you know, you got in trouble again and you could either explain what happened there. But then you got out again and really, you know, do you feel like there's no way that you would ever go back at this point?
Oh, I absolutely feel like I would never go back. And even though I said that the first time, I didn't realize how easily influenced I was by others. Even though I had this like desire inside of me to just do good, I didn't know exactly how to execute that. And so I was always leaning upon the adult figures that were around. Even though I was an adult, I was still very immature. And I was leaning on the adult figures around me to guide me and to really show me like which way and which direction I should go in my life. And so when there was a lack in that and they weren't there supporting me or guiding me, I went down a wrong path and made really bad decisions and ended up back in prison. And like I said, the difference this time is that I was really able to get in tune with myself. I did a lot of soul searching. I also started meditating and started working out and just trying to connect with something bigger than myself and something bigger than this world. And as a result of that, I'm very independent now. I think for myself, I feel for myself. I don't take on what others are doing personally. And as a result of that, I'm able to just operate my day as I need it to go. So
yeah. And so I'm curious, what is your meditation routine for other people that may or may not meditate? How has that changed your life? And, you know, tell us about that.
Well, I started reading books by the spiritual leader. He's author, Eric Pepin. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but I started taking on his meditation techniques and just getting really in tune with my chakra points. And I try to go into a non-thought process, which is where I find the most peace in this world, is when I am in that non-thought process. And I'm able to just really just decompress. And I just feel so, I don't even know how to describe it. At peace? I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, just at peace was like the perfect way, I guess. And I don't know, when I'm at peace with everything in my life, then my life is peaceful no matter where I'm at or what situation is going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's an author that calls that process of thinking of nothing quantum entrainment. Something that I've been practicing for a long time myself, and something that it's like you're in that non-judgment place where you're not like, I have to feel great or I'm feeling really low. It's just like, how long can you think of nothingness? And then everything kind of...
That's hard. It is hard. It's hard because you'll sit there and I'll start meditating and you'll go into this non-thought process. And then all of a sudden, like, you won't even realize that your thoughts will start trailing off. And then till all of a sudden, it takes training to be able to sit there for a long time, to train your mind to just be still, It's a habit that you have to create, for sure.
Absolutely. So, you know, with all this coronavirus going on right now, there's a lot of fear happening. I think it is a good time for people to kind of take that non-thought process on. And you're also a mom. So how is this kind of affecting your motherhood and your family with the COVID-19 and everything that's happening with that?
Yeah, for me, it's not really affecting my home life too much just because I am a stay-at-home mom. And so it's normal program here in my house. But the difference is now that I don't feel comfortable taking my children out. And so they're feeling cooped up, and I'm trying to practice doing activities with my 5-year-old, like going in the backyard to work out, or just doing puzzles and playing board. I went out and I bought a bunch of board games, and I'm trying to keep his mind occupied and just, you know, so.
Yeah, that's great. And during this time, are both you and Marcelino at home? Is he having to go out
Yeah.
and work, or like, are you guys all there together?
No, we are all here together and we are not going anywhere. And, you know, honestly, I believe that if an unfortunate case happened where I caught the coronavirus or my husband did, I do believe that we would be okay. I believe that we would overcome it. But my concern is that I have very young children who don't have strong immune systems. So it terrifies me on that aspect. And so, you know, we are just really not going anywhere. And that, like I said, it's causing everybody to be a little bit restless.
Yeah. So I guess for people that are getting out of prison, or even families who have family members in prison, and they're coping with that.
Actually, because my friend Abby got out of prison 2 days ago, and she just did six years. And so she called me and she was like, I'm so depressed. I'm so sad. I've been dreaming about my date, my release date for so many years. And now that it's here, I can't get my nails done. I can't go get my hair done. I can't even go out and get sushi. and she's so sad about it. And I'm like, yeah, but you're home with your children. You got to be at home with your children. So, you know, for me, like, as long as I have my family, nothing else really matters to me. So
yeah, well, it also makes us kind of take a step back and go, what is really important in our lives, you know?
Exactly. And I kind of think that this was a good thing for everyone, because everyone is always so consumed with work and what they have to get done the next day, and always on their cell phones. And now it's like, hey, wait a minute, now you're just in your house with your family. And I feel like it's a great opportunity for people to utilize to actually get that quality time in with their family.
Yeah, I know for us, we have, my boyfriend's mom lives with us and his brother is with us right now too. Just because we didn't know, and he was kind of in between places. And so we were like, you know what, let's just all live together. And, you know, we've been making dinners every night and, you know, and just like looking at each other while we eat and having a family dinner and talking and making jokes and, you know.
That is so important.
Yeah, it's been really an interesting time for sure. It's definitely an interesting time. So, yeah, I mean, I guess moving forward, because since we do have so much more footage, we don't know how long this thing is going to last. We are curious to see the people that have seen After Orange. You know, do you guys want to see some of this footage? Do you want us to break it down? You know, we might start just actually releasing it that way and kind of talking. And if you have been involved with After Orange in any way, shape, or form, we want to hear from you, because we want you to be a part of the conversation. I mean, there's a lot of people that we ended up documenting that, you know, I've kind of since lost touch with. It's been a couple of years. And so, you know, if you are one of those people, reach out, you know, make a comment. Let's, you know, get you back in the mix and see how you guys are doing. And besides that, we're just so glad that we can reconnect. And
absolutely.
Yeah. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do. And then also, if you haven't seen it at all, check it out. Let us know what you guys think.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. And I will talk to you soon. I love you.
Yes. Thank you.